We move on now to diseases. Many diseases are caused by germs. Diseases may be communicable or non-communicable. Communicable means infectious. Infectious diseases can spread from person to person or animal to person. That is like from a cow to a human being, for example. When an infectious disease is spread throughout a community at a particular time, it is called an epidemic. When an infectious disease is spread throughout a whole country at a particular time, it is called a pandemic. So epidemic has a smaller spread than a pandemic, or a pandemic has a wider spread than an epidemic. So a pandemic will affect the whole country, and then an epidemic affects just a community. Most diseases are caused by viruses and bacteria. Bacteria are all around us and also inside of us. Some bacteria are good for us while others are harmful. Two types of organisms that cause disease are worms. Worms feed on the inside of the animals, and fungi. Fungi feed on the outside of plants and animals. Protozoa are tiny organisms that live in soil and water and feed on bacteria. Protozoa are beneficial. Beneficial means good. So protozoa are good or beneficial in that sense because they feed on bacteria. So they can be good because they feed on bacteria. Many wastewater companies use protozoa to treat the water, as protozoa get rid of the bacteria in the water by eating the bacteria. Viruses, that is plural. The singular of viruses is virus. So viruses are smaller in size than bacteria, and the singular word for bacteria is bacterium. So one bacterium, more than one bacteria. So viruses are smaller in size than bacteria. They damage the tissues of living organisms. Viruses damage the tissues of living organisms. Viruses can be treated but not cured. Usually, AIDS, which stands for Acquired Immune Deficiency Syndrome, for example, is caused by a virus. We have no cure for AIDS. AIDS, however, can be treated. So we can treat AIDS, keep it under control, but we cannot get rid of it. We cannot cure it. So we don't cure viruses, we treat them. That's the ability we have at the moment as humans. We are unable to do more than that as humans, from what we have learned and discovered so far. So viruses can be treated but not cured, not stopped altogether. We can keep them under control, but we cannot get rid of viruses. We have developed cures, on the other hand, for many, though not all, diseases caused by bacteria. So we can cure bacteria, or we can cure diseases. We can cure many diseases caused by bacteria. Some diseases caused by bacteria are cholera, typhoid fever, and tetanus. Diseases caused by viruses also include measles, rubella, poliomyelitis, dengue fever, and chickenpox. Many diseases, whether caused by viruses or bacteria, can be prevented by persons getting immunized or getting a vaccine. When a person gets immunized or receives a vaccine against a certain disease, he is unable to contract that disease as his body builds defenses against the disease. Vaccines or immunizations for each disease are repeated every few years. That is, the body is protected for only a few years, not an entire lifetime. Bacteria and viruses enter the body by air, water, cuts on the skin, mosquito, and so on. Non-communicable diseases do not spread from person to person. Non-communicable diseases are obtained by the lifestyle a person lives, or genes gotten from his parents, or just old age. Non-communicable diseases include diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressure, arthritis, sickle cell, and cancer. Drugs are chemicals that are swallowed, inhaled, injected, or rubbed on the body that change the way the body or mind works. Antibiotics kill bacteria that are present in the body. Care must be taken when using drugs. Care must be taken when using drugs. Follow the instructions given on containers carrying the drugs carefully. Do not use another person's drugs. Only use drugs that you are sure you know how to use properly, and do not use more than the prescribed amount of drugs. That is, do not use more drugs than the bottle, than the container that the drugs come in. Tell it to use. So if it says use two pills each time, 4 times per day, don't take more than 2 pills at a time, or for more than 4 times for the day. So don't take too much, because it can be detrimental to your body if you take too much. A person who is dependent on a drug and can hardly go without using it is called an addict. That's a drug addict. The wrongful, and you can be addicted to drugs that are prescribed also, and drugs that you can go into a pharmacy and purchase without a prescription, that is over the counter, right? So you can be addicted to drugs that doctors prescribe, or you can be addicted to drugs that you go into a pharmacy and just purchase from the pharmacy without a prescription. That those are called over the counter drugs. So you don't have to be addicted to only drugs such as cocaine and marijuana, right? You can be addicted to other drugs, such as drugs that help to sleep. Some people are addicted to sleeping drugs, or other kinds of drugs, right, that make them feel relaxed or so on. It doesn't have to be the illegal type of drugs that you are addicted to. You can also be addicted to legal drugs that are allowed by law. You can be addicted to drugs that are allowed by law. Okay, so continuing to read. The wrongful use of drugs is called drug abuse. Some drugs speed up or slow down the way the mind or body works. Some drugs also cause hallucinations. Hallucinations is seeing things that are not really there. You think you see something and it's not there. You might see a dog barking and there's no dog barking there. You might see a person talking to you and there's no one talking to you. Some drugs also cause mental illness such as nervousness, feeling superhuman like Superman, etc., and so on. All drugs come with side effects. All drugs have side effects. All drugs come with side effects. Whereas they help diseases in one way, they cause problems in other ways. Just like everything in life, everything has good and bad. There's always a mixture. For example, a person may put on weight when you take a drug. It might help you with the problem, but you put on weight as well. So for example, a person may put on weight, bleed heavily, have headaches, etc. Drugs should be used sparingly. That means only used as needed, not used a lot. You take your time and use them only as needed. Air, land, and water are being polluted. So we're now onto pollution. Air, land, and water are being polluted. That is, polluted is being made impure or dirty by human activity. So humans, the things that we do, the things that we do, we are doing things that make the air, land, and water dirty. Fumes for motor vehicles release lots of lead into the atmosphere. That's a form of pollution, right? Fume, they can't breathe properly. They cannot breathe in the fume or the air, the gas that come out of the motor vehicle. You cannot breathe properly. It affects your breathing. You are unable to breathe properly. You feel uncomfortable by your breathing. If you have asthma, you might have to be admitted into the hospital. So fumes is a form of pollution, air pollution. Fumes from motor vehicle release lots of lead into the atmosphere. Sea life, that is marine life, is polluted by chemical waste from factories, fertilizers, sewage, and oil spill at sea. When these things get into the sea, they affect the sea life, that is plants and fish in the ocean and the seas. People, animals, and fish that drink polluted water become sick and may die. The ozone layer is a layer of ozone, that is O3. That's the symbol for ozone, O3. So the ozone layer is a layer of ozone high up in the atmosphere. It strains or filters out the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays. Too much of these rays can cause skin cancer and damage our eyes. They also damage plants. Chlorofluorocarbons, for short CFCs, chlorofluorocarbons contained in aerosol, that is tin cans, that are sprayed, such as perfume, chemicals, and road spray, destroy the ozone layer, thereby adding to pollution. Thank you for watching. You should watch these GSAT videos over and over again until you know them from memory. Repetition is important. You can always message me if you have any questions or need further help using my email address, my Facebook page, or the telephone numbers that are shown on the screen. So bye bye for now. Bye bye.